Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the primary structure of dipole stem. Before we move into the details, let us look into some other facts like plants have two different types of growth. One is the primary growth and the other one is the secondary growth. Primary growth means growth in length and development of lateral appendages. Secondary growth means the growth in the secondary growth is the formation of secondary tissues from lateral nextums, and also it results in the increase of diameter of the stem or the girth of the stem. Okay. To study the primary structure of dipole stem, we need to take a section through the internode. Internode means the region in between two nodal regions. Okay. When we look into such a section through a microscope, we can see three regions. One is the epidermal region, second one is the cortical region, third one is the stellar region. Okay, here you can see those three regions as epidermis, cortex, and inner to that stellar region also can be seen. Okay. In certain cases, epidermis has multicellular epidermal hair. It may or may not be present. In the case of glossy plants, we won't be able to see any hairs, but in hairy plants, we can see that hair-like structures, multicellular hair-like structures from the stem. And when we take a section of that, we can see the multicellular structures arising from the epidermis. Epidermis is a single layered structure which is covered by cuticle. Cuticle is a waxy substance which helps the plant to prevent excess transpiration. And just below the epidermis, we can see the cortical region. The cortex starts from the hypodermis and ends in the endodermal region. Okay. This is a better view, and here you can see epidermis. Just below the epidermis there is a collenchymatous hypodermal region which is multi-layered, and beneath that there are certain layers of sclerenchyma, and that sclerenchyma is responsible for the green color of the young plant, and it also functions as the photosynthetic region. And inner to that there is a parenchymatous zone which is known as the inner cortex. That means cortex is made up of three different regions. One is the outer cortex, which is also known as the hypodermis, and it is made up of collenchyma, and inner to that there is a region which is made up of sclerenchyma, and inner to that there is parenchymatous region known as the inner cortex. That is, the outer cortex is made up of collenchyma, middle cortex is made up of sclerenchyma, and inner cortex is made up of parenchyma. And last layer of that inner cortex is known as the endodermis. Here we cannot differentiate between the inner cortex and the endodermis. In the case of root and all, we can see barrel shaped cells, and strictly, or we can well differentiate the endodermal layer. Here it is not possible. Just inner to the endodermal layer we can see pericycle. Pericycle is the starting layer of stellar region. Usually pericycle are of two different types. One is the homogeneous pericycle and the other one is the heterogeneous pericycle. Homogeneous means it is made up of a single type of cells. This type of homogeneous pericycle can be seen in Coccinia stem. Okay. In Helianthus and other many of the dicot stem, we can see heterogeneous pericycle. Heterogeneous means it is made up of more than one type of cells. Here it is made up of sclerenchyma and parenchyma. Sclerenchymatous region of pericycle is seen on top of the vascular bundle. On top of the vascular bundle, just like a cap. So we are calling it as the bundle cap. Okay. Sclerenchymatous region of pericycle is seen here as a cap on vascular bundle. So we are calling it as a bundle cap. Okay. Just beneath the bundle cap, we can see phloem, and after that we can see few layers of cambial cells, which is the cambium, which is also known as the fascicular cambium. Fascicle means the xylem and phloem or vascular bundle is another name for vascular bundle is fascicle. So the cambium which is present in between inside to the vascular bundle is known as the fascicular cambium. Okay. Phloem is there. Just beneath that there is cambium, and inner to that there is xylem. The usually stem has endark xylem. Here also we can see that the metaxylem is facing towards the periphery, and protoxylem is facing towards the pith. So the arrangement is endark. Xylem, metaxylem is facing towards the periphery and protoxylem is facing towards the pith. So the arrangement is endark. So as a whole we can say this vascular bundle is conjoined, collateral, open vascular bundle with the endark xylem arrangement. Okay. When we are considering two different vascular bundles, in between there is a layer of multiple layers of parenchyma. That part is known as the conjunctive tissue. In dicot stem, the number of vascular bundles will be limited from maybe from 4, 5 or maximum of 10 we can see. That is a character of dicot stem, and all those will be arranged in a ring form. Here you can see a ring of vascular bundles. Okay, and this arrangement is known as vascular bundle ring arrangement of vascular bundle. That is another character of dicot stem. At the center of the stem, we can see large number of very big size parenchyma cells, and it constitutes the pith. It is the center of the stem, dicot stem. It is very large. If we are trying to assign these tissues into three different tissue systems, epidermis constitutes the dermal tissue system. Okay, dermal tissue system. Cortex, pericycle, pith and medullary rays represent the ground tissue system. Vascular bundles represents the fascicular tissue system or vascular tissue system. I hope you understood all about the primary structure of dicot stem. Thank you.